Hello students. Recently we have finished verbs with fixed preposition. Now today we are going to learn pronominal adverb, that is also called as वो plus preposition or वो composita. In this video we are going to see how to frame questions in case of verbs with fixed preposition as well as how to answer when the question is asked with verbs with fixed preposition. So now let's see everything in detail. First, we will see few examples of wo composita. Jetzt sehen wir einige Beispiele. Worauf freust du dich? Ich freue mich auf den Urlaub. I am looking forward to the vacation. Sich freuen auf is a verb with fixed preposition. Wofür interessieren Sie sich? Ich interessiere mich für klassische Musik. You can see here Urlaub and klassische Musik both are things, and sich freuen auf and sich interessieren für both are verbs with fixed preposition. So worauf and wofür are WH questions which are used here for verbs with fixed preposition questions. Now how we have formed these questions? How we have formed this WH question worauf and wofür? Now we will see the same. Now we will see how we have formed the questions with wo plus preposition. The question word wo is used for inquiring about things in case of verbs with fixed preposition. You already know that in case of verbs with fixed preposition there are two types of answers possible, either for things or for person. For example, the earlier example is that ich warte. For example, I am waiting for something or someone. Both is possible. I am waiting for the bus, that is the object, but I am waiting for my friend, that is the person. So whenever you want to make question for things, you will use wo. When it is used with the prepositions, it usually becomes wo and combines with the preposition to form one word. Now, if the sentence is example, vomit, fart, ear, wir fahren mit dem Bus. Here you can see the fahren mit is the verb with fixed preposition and bus is the object. So, by which vehicle or by what are you traveling? If we want to form the question for by what, we will first use wo and we will add whatever preposition is there for that verb with fixed preposition with that wo. So here vomit has been used. But instead of that, for example, ich freue mich auf den Urlaub was the sentence. So there wo plus auf should be used. But if the preposition is beginning with vowel, wo is used instead of wo. Why it is so? Now we will see with the help of example. Worauf wartest du? Ich warte auf den Bus. Warten auf is the verb with fixed preposition and it auf is the preposition which is starting with vowel. So here we are supposed to use are in between wo and preposition. So few more examples also are given here. An means the question form will be woran. In question form will be worin. Auf, worauf. Worum. Aus, woraus, über, worüber. So always keep in mind, whenever you make questions for verbs with fixed preposition for objects or things, you have to form question with wo plus preposition, and if that preposition is starting with vowel, you will put are between preposition and wo. Now we will see the same with few more examples. Now we will see how to use wo composita in the sentences. Jetzt sehen wir, wie benutzt man wo composita. The first example, lachen über, you already know, to laugh over or at. It is a verb with fixed preposition. Über was lacht ihr? Ist total falsch. It is not allowed. We never use über was. we have to use voruber, vo plus preposition, and as the preposition uber is starting with vowel, we have to add r in between. Voruber lagt er, wir lachen über einen Witz. Here einen Witz means joke is a object, that's why we have used voruber. Now let's see one more example. Für was interessierst du dich? Sich interessieren für is a verb with fixed preposition. But we never use für was. Für was is total falsch. Instead of that, we have to use wo plus preposition. That means wofür interessierst du dich? Ich interessiere mich für Musik. Now, I hope you must have understood that wo composita, wo plus preposition, such type of WH question is used only for things or objects. Nur für Sachen, nicht für Personen. It is not used for people. It is used only in case of things. Now, how to do with people, or there is a difference between both the question, that we will see now. Sprechen über plus accusative is a verb with fixed preposition. So let's read first example. Worüber habt ihr denn gesprochen? About what have you spoken? Wir haben denn über Umweltprobleme gesprochen. Umweltprobleme bedeutet environmental problems. We spoke about environmental problems. Über wen habt ihr denn gesprochen? Wir haben denn über die neue Kollegin gesprochen. Now you must have understood the first answer and second answer. There is a slight difference. In the first answer we are talking about things, whereas in the second answer we are talking about a person. Über die neue Kollegin. So can you observe any type of difference between question form? In the first one we have used worüber, and in the second one we have used über wen. So whenever we change the answer, if we are using it for objects or if we are using it for person, we have to change the question form also. There is a different type of question formation for objects and there is a different type of question formation for person. So let's see the same thing once with the help of one more example. Here is one more example. Angst haben vor plus dative. Angst haben vor is a verb with fixed preposition which means to be afraid of. Now one can be afraid of object or person. Both the things are possible. Now the first example. Wovor hast du Angst? For der Dunkelheit. Dunkelheit bedeutet darkness. So I am afraid of the darkness. So darkness is an object. So we have from the question with wo plus preposition. Preposition for is not starting with vowel. So we have used wo plus preposition, that is wofür. The second example. For wem hast du Angst? Of whom are you afraid of? Ich habe Angst vor meiner Lehrerin. Now in the second example, we are talking about a person. So I am afraid of my teacher. So here the sentence or the question formation is different. For whom is used. So have you understood that there should be a separate question for objects as well as separate question formation for persons. Now in case of person, how to form the question we will see now. When oder wem für Personen. While forming questions in case of verbs with fixed preposition, particularly for a person, we have to use when or whom. So the first point is the question words when and whom are used for inquiring about persons in case of verbs with fixed preposition. So please keep in mind that whenever we form the question for verbs with fixed preposition, if we are talking about objects, we form the question with wo, And if we are talking about people, then we form the question with when or when. So the second point, when they are used with the preposition when or when are preceded by the preposition. This is the basic difference between for objects and for people. In case of objects, we use first wo and then preposition. But in case of people, we have to use first preposition, then when or when. Now, how to decide where to use when and where to use when? If the preposition is accusative, the question word when is used. For example, auf when wartest du? Ich warte auf den Onkel. I am waiting for the uncle, for my uncle. Here, onkel is the person and warten auf is a verb with fixed preposition which always take accusative case. So as it is taking accusative case, we have written auf when. When is the question which we always use for accusative, and when is the question which we always use for dative. If the preposition is dative, then the question word when is used. For example, mit wem fahrt ihr? Wir fahren mit unserem Onkel. We are traveling with our uncle. Onkel is the person, so we have to use the question accordingly. So first preposition will come, that is mit, and mit is a dative preposition, so it should take them as a question word. Now, one most important thing always keep in mind, wo plus preposition we always write as a one word. But whereas in case of when and when, preposition and when or when should be written as two different words. Keep this in mind. Till now, we have seen how to form question in case of verbs with fixed prepositions. Now we will see how to form answer or how to use pronouns in case of verbs with fixed preposition. Whatever questions we have formed or we have seen, that are those are applicable only in case of verbs with fixed preposition. And now also whatever we are going to learn, that is also applicable only in case of verbs with fixed preposition. So let's understand pronouns with prepositions. Maria interessiert sich für ein Smartphone. Maria is interested in a smartphone. Interessierst du dich auch für es? Für es, es is the personal pronoun used for smartphone. But für es is ganz falsch, total falsch. It is never used. We never say für es. We use interessierst du dich auch dafür? Similar like wofür, for answer or for representing that noun in terms of personal pronoun, we use dafür, means da plus preposition. In case of verb with fixed preposition, never für es is used. It should always be dafür, damit, dagegen, darin, similar type of prepositions, pronouns with prepositions. So when personal pronouns need to be used after preposition and refer to a thing, da is added at the beginning of the preposition. So here dafür is used für ein Smartphone. It is used for the word für ein Smartphone. Für es ist ganz falsch, total falsch. Dafür ist richtig. Please keep this in mind. We'll see one more example of the same. Noch ein Beispiel. Jetzt sehen wir noch ein Beispiel. Ich denke immer an meine Schulzeit. I always think of my school time. Die Schulzeit is the feminine noun. So the personal pronoun for the Schulzeit will be sie. But is it correct? Denkst du immer an sie? Nein. An sie is absolute falsch. It is never used. We have to use denkst du immer daran. Now remember here da plus preposition is used, but similar like wo plus preposition if the preposition is starting with a vowel, when the prepositions begin with a vowel, dar is used instead of da. So here R is used between da and the preposition an. So the pronoun will be daran. So daran is representing the phrase an meine Schulzeit. I hope this is clear. Similar like wo, similar like question. If the preposition is starting with vowel, you have to put extra R between the and between the preposition. Okay. Now we have seen about objects, how to represent object, daran, darauf, daryuber. What's about people? What's about persons? That we will see now. Now we will see what we will use für Personen und für Tiere. Tiere bedeutet animals. Personen bedeutet people. We will understand this with the help of one example. Träumen von is a verb with fixed preposition and träumen von always use dative case. So let's see the example. Now you already know träumen von can be used for objects as well as for persons. The first example is of an object. Träumt von einer Weltreise. Ich träume auch davon. He is dreaming of a world tour. I am also dreaming of the same. So here da plus preposition is used as the preposition von is not starting with any vowel, no R is added. So davon is used. But it is not always necessary that we will dream of anything only. Träumt von Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie is a famous actress. So he is dreaming of her. So can we use Ich träume auch davon? Nein. Davon is total falsch. Davon is nicht richtig. We have to use Ich träume von ihr. Now here ihr is the personal pronouns used. You already have learned dative, accusative and nominative personal pronoun. Von is a dative preposition. That's why ihr is used in dative. That's why the personal pronoun is used in dative. So what we have understood in short, while answering verbs with fixed prepositions, if the answer refers to a person, a personal pronoun is used after the preposition. But the case of the pronoun needs to be defined by the preposition. How we will decide the case of that pronoun, that we will see now. Now we are going to decide the case according to the preposition which we use. Let's understand with the help of example. If the preposition is accusative, the pronoun will be in accusative case. For example, auf wen wartest du? For whom are you waiting? Auf den Onkel? Ja, ich warte auf ihn. Are you waiting for your uncle? Yes, I am waiting for him. In English also we use him as a personal pronoun. Similarly, in is a personal pronoun here. But warten auf is a verb with fixed preposition which always take accusative. So here auf in will be used. Accusative personal pronoun will be used. Now the second example, if the preposition is dative. What we will do if the preposition is dative? We will use the personal pronoun in dative case. Mit wem fährst du? Mit dem Onkel. Ja, ich fahre mit ihm. With whom are you traveling? With the uncle? Yes, I am traveling with him. Purposely I have used in both the sentences masculine noun. You have to understand that auf is taking accusative, so in the first part in is used, whereas mit is taking dative, that's why in the second part im is used. So while writing answers for Personen oder für Tiere, in case of verbs with fixed preposition, you have to use preposition and the personal pronoun according to the respective case. So I hope that now you must have understood when we use verb with fixed preposition how to form the questions for objects as well as for people. Similarly, when we answer or when we want to use personal pronoun in case of verbs with fixed preposition, how we use it, with the help of personal pronoun in accusative order in dative along with the preposition. So I hope the concept is clear to you now.